Okay, again we're back with the Factorio with the, let's see if I can get it right this time, blind Marathon Deathworld Spidertron percent, and we have the flamethrower turrets that I built over there and then got back. A couple of things happened between episodes. The flamethrowers got built. I expanded this into a full lane of copper. I think I expanded this outpost as well a little, and then I pushed a couple of the small bases that were over here, and they were pretty much the same. Now we've only got the big bases to deal with, and yeah, like this was on 140 and then 90, and this is probably going to last like another episode or so, and then be nearly worthless. This one we're only getting half a belt out of, which means we really have to connect this one with a high degree of priority. While we were, I think between episodes, the damage research ticked over a bit more. Actually, I wanted to change that to plastics for reasons. And the radars did some more work. Like this is quite interesting. It might lead to some good defensive options. And we found uranium, which is cool. And there's another iron patch that's even more inaccessible. I was kind of hoping that we'd find another iron patch just like over here in the forest or something, where I could go and like have all the trees absorb the pollution, and the pollution is already a thing. This base is sending a lot of attacks. This base is sending attacks. I'm nearly polluting the one I'm worried about even before we put like a line of iron mining there. But interesting, not entirely surprising thing is that the pollution cloud pretty much stops at like this ring of trees, because those are the tiles that are absorbing all the stuff on sort of the fringes. So I don't think any of these bases are attacking us yet, which is nice. I like that. But yeah, things I was going to do. You don't need that. These two belts are doing nothing, and dangerously short. Why aren't you running? Okay, so they need fast inserters. They need the fast inserters or stack capacity bonuses. Okay, whatever. That can stay like that. That's not the one I wanted. I think the immediate things to do are to we've got medium spitters now as well, so that's a good time. The immediate thing to do now that I've got flamethrower turrets is move all of this stuff to like a decent defensive position further down that might even be a hard wall rather than a pillbox, because we've got the flamethrower turrets now. I want the ammunition because I'm going to have to defend it. I'm going to want all those things because these guys are out. Bad times. He's doing okay. That's the other thing I was going to do. Watch me get distracted by the other things I was going to do, and then an attack comes through the other spot that I'm currently not defending and kills everything. I wanted, I had a stack of stone before because I had a plan to do stuff with that, and then didn't get around to it. And the other thing I was going to do is check how many military sites I've made, and I have in fact made enough for both the flamethrower took 200, the bullet damage takes 1200, production stats just told me I've made 1500, and so what I really want to do is, where is it? Where's the steel? Here's the steel. Prioritize this the other way, because all of the steel I will need for building rail out to the new iron base. But I think the situation is actually worse than that. I think what we're actually going to have to do is, I don't think I have, you saw I had no stockpile of steel. I think the other situation I'm going to have is Yeah, where can we put these? I guess one there. I should actually put it there. Do I have... I do not have underground pipes. Yeah, because that takes iron. Of course, I'm going to need to find some underground pipes. Yeah, let's also just... So there are also some range abuse tricks you can do with some of these. Like, kind of the plan, at least half of the plan, is to have especially this turret, which is the important one, that's going to do the majority of the damage. Look at that, 100 damage a second, that's fantastic. On everything that it hits, not just single targets. To keep these guys out of range of spitters, and even have other turrets in front that I kind of care less about, that can take all the hits. So I want that. Do I have... I do not currently have anyone making pipes. I think it's going to be important, because I've kind of got to... yeah, make a bunch of these underground pipes, because I need to be able to connect that oil to the flamethrowers. What were the other things I was doing? Plastics is still going, boxing the stone because I want a refinery, because I want to do a thing there, making the pipes, connecting these guys, trying to figure out where these oil connections are going to go. And I think the answer is, like all fantastic things, it's just going to get spaghettied through. Here's a tree anyway. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. I don't think I currently have enough steel to connect a rail line to this outpost, even though it's kind of this far. So the plan for this is kind of terrible and kind of interesting. And let me just check if I'm... yeah, okay, so I'm kind of not worried about that yet, because I don't even have... I'm not yet polluting these guys. But yeah, the plan for this guy is to run a single belt of iron ore back, which feels kind of awful, but that's what I think I have the belt for at the moment. I don't think I have enough belt for 2 lanes. But even if I had enough belt for 2 lanes, I really want to do that with rail, so I have an actual rail network. And also, I don't think I have the defense at the moment. I just saw another attack coming in on the map. Didn't really want it to shoot me while it was doing all that stuff. Let's help with a grenade. That made everything a whole lot easier. Yeah, I don't think I currently have the defensive capabilities to hold back what these bases would throw at me if I immediately put 2 lanes of mining on this patch. The long-term plan for defending that base is even more aggressive. Like, I might have to push this base anyway. It's pretty close. Still not entirely sure how I'm going to do that. Especially since we've got medium spitters on the field, which are pretty nasty. But like, the long-term plan, or at least the medium-range plan, which is actually the immediate plan, as soon as I get enough iron, is to connect this oil patch to the main base, start bringing back oil to use for all the blue science stuff and the plastics that I'm researching, but also have another train that takes oil from this patch down to this iron outpost, which on assumption at this point will be on the rail network, and have a different station that then uses that to power flamethrowers around that iron patch. That's going to be what we attempt to do with that. Maybe that will work. Is this going to be in the way of it? Is this going to have to go down like to here? Sure. Let's still just build the vital defensive stuff in, right past the labs. But like, I can extend them this way anyway, and I think I was considering extending them. Yeah, like, I think I was thinking about extending them before realizing that actually no, I needed all the iron for all the belt, so that like, that's a bit close, but it's still going to do some good work, so I'm going to put one there. And then I'm in the middle of my mall again, which is, another good time. I probably want one like... Is that... Is there about the right line? I reckon there is good coverage. Is that... Except that's not the right line, is it? I need these guys to be in line because that makes... Oh, my judgment is... Okay, my judgment is just objectively bad. That's fine too. Okay, so... I need some more of those, which needs metal I don't have. Yeah. So, part of the plan of keeping these things out of range of anything that might spit at them is then I also don't have to worry about redundancy between these pipes. At the moment, in a way that's kind of bad, if this flamethrower gets killed, and it might because it's kind of close, so let's also give it some, I guess some friends who will get shot first. If this one dies, it breaks the connection between these two pipes, and then these guys are out of fuel, which is also kind of bad. The other thing I was actually considering is, yeah, if I have flamethrowers here, like this wall is kind of safe now. I'm going to do the same thing over here, but then I might need to do the same thing over here, especially if having a hard wall here means biter pathfinding puts them in other directions. But then where do I defend over here? Like, this forest is kind of in the way. I don't want to get rid of the forest because the forest is doing fantastic work absorbing all this pollution. I'll eventually kill all the trees like this, but whatever. For now it's doing great. Yeah, so I don't want to accidentally burn down the forest with putting a flamethrower defense in the middle of it, but I probably also need some defense here-ish to catch anything that comes this way around the lake. So yeah, things we continue to worry about. Finish that one. Like, I don't know if I managed to successfully hold that other base unless... Where do I want this? I want this like there? Further down? Yeah, let's say there. I don't know that I managed to... Oh, cliff explosives, eh? Can you come across further? Yes, I just have to get rid of the trees. And there's no other way down, I've just got to go down. Okay, fine. This bit is always taking a while because I want one of these guys. I'm just going to go here. Yeah, so now I can get this stuff around. I can connect it over here. And we will very soon have defensive systems that are better than these turrets, which is a nice idea, which is, you know, kind of a controversial decision to take them out before I have the flamethrowers online, but also I'm kind of right here and we'll be able to throw down more turrets when an attack comes in, and also like a grenade or two, which are better at turrets than dealing with that anyway. Do I have enough walls? Probably. He said, hopefully, with one eye on the minimap. But yeah. Really need to get that belt of iron back to the base. Basically, this episode. Hey, look at that. Isn't that a new kind of terrible? put one all the way over here, and you're actually further over than you need to be. Fine, I can bring you back in a bit. Yeah, I might need to bolster these later. That's the first time you guys have got attacked there. Okay, so I am changing the pathfinding? Am I polluting a new base? I'm polluting the space. Okay, and fortunately they're attacking here. I mean, all these guys, once I get this mining online, might start attacking him instead. How long have I got? 68k, okay, fine. Done that. And the other nice thing about putting the flamethrower turrets there is that it means all these guns and bullets that used to be there, I can now pivot towards more defenses at the other large and new iron outpost that I'm still kind of worried about. And yet the reason I rotated to plastics, that one still needs to be there, is because, oh yeah, that's also why I bottled the stone, because I have a suspicion that I'm going to want to efficiency module I'm going to want to efficiency module all the miners I can that I put over here, because it will annoy these biters less, it will annoy whatever's over here less. All of these things are plans I am down for. It will also not contribute as much to global evolution. And I picked up more steel. I can build 4 more flamethrowers. Am I building 4 more? Yeah, I think that's what I want to do with my steel. Yeah, I used to have a giant steel buffer of a thing I was pretty happy about of being stuff of having a decent amount of steel, of which I was a couple of hundred. I was kind of happy with that at the time, and then it all disappeared when I started building flamethrower turrets because they're actually kind of expensive. I knew they were expensive. I thought they took a lot of engines, but they only take 5 engines, but they take 30 steel, which is 300 iron ore just for the steel, which is why I've got so many engines left over and no steel. I probably want 3 of... Did I research explosive? I didn't research the explosive. That was the thing I got the other chem plants for. So where can they go? They can go... I never remember which side of these things it's on. It is on that side. Okay, fine. In that case, it can go here, he said, being indecisive, because I want to put a thing there that will eventually do explosives that I can't do yet. Is that true? That's not true. That wants to be sulfur. And that's going to be a whole lot easier. It's on the other side, okay? So you go there, and then you go into plastic, and then these guys can do this, and then I can have another one that will be here, which will be explosives. That doesn't need to be there. And yeah, the idea is I'm not collecting much oil as it is, and all of these things will be useful in some helpful volume, and so I'd also rather just cache them now in some kind of small amounts, and yeah, be able to then lean on them later. What are these going to look like? It's going to look something like, and this is not at all the final petrochem build. Actually, I can just put it in there. This is a nasty thing I'm doing now to get a lot of plastic that I can turn into red circuits to turn into useful stuff later. Make the rest of those. Yeah, I'm not even making the rest of my refineries at the moment. So I've got 22 there. I think I had 16 on the other one. I'm down to less than a belt, or very close to a belt of yeah, I don't need those yet. I need the bullets. Yeah, a belt of iron. This is not a vast amount of iron. Do I have enough guns? 25 guns is probably not going to be enough, so I'm going to scavenge more of that iron. build a couple more guns. I mean, the other thing I could do to get more guns is take this oil up here to defend this with flamethrowers. Yeah, this was actually really close to the other base that I could have pushed had I known it was there when these two were here, although, yeah, the medium spitters are still getting interesting. Get rid of these things. Yeah, you're full, but, like, whatever, get rid of all of that. Yeah. Because I've got to put 30 minus on that thing, figure out where a belt is coming back. I'd rather use straight belt lines if I can, because they'll be easier to like skip around with the rail network later, so it might come back to here and like through these trees, which I don't want to do, but sure, maybe just around those trees and back over here, like pairing in with this belt or something, I don't know. Oh yeah, that was the other thing that I wanted to do. I can get grenades out of that now because I've cut the steel because I'm not using military research. Yeah, I was trying to decide, like, this space is here as if I wanted to bring in more iron ore and upgrade these to steel furnaces and then process like a whole belt of iron ore there, but the thing is, steel furnaces require steel, which I don't have, whereas all of these stone furnaces require stone, which I do have. So if that goes over there for a moment, what I might end up reserving space for is just another whole row of this steel build, like right here. There, am I going to want to put, if I do leave the space, I will be able to put maybe a total of a belt through each of these later, and I will need a lot of steel later, though I probably won't need it here, but who knows, and I'd rather do it that way around, because then I can bring these back and put them here, and that coal line continues again. That one's getting attacked, I'm kind of fine with that. Okay, so I've got a bunch of coal. Do I have enough coal mining? I think I have enough coal mining. Yeah, I think I just have to go and also run power out there, and also have enough miners, which I don't have, and bring back a whole belt of iron, and kind of prioritize steel, and make a lot of rail out of that steel. And then, what was I here for? I was here for mining drills. That's enough. That's actually enough for a while, so you get to stop that. Yeah. Start on a rail network. On the upside, I've taken so long getting everything else together that physical damage 3 is nearly done. Yeah. I should have dragged power out there as well. Never mind. I can do that at some point later. I'm still kind of assessing how viable this terrain is and figuring out, yeah, like here's where I'm going to put a whole belt of mining, and there's a major base just there, which is pretty close. I think I mean, I'd be able to get quite a few belts on this thing. Let's do the other one, start this guy. Is that the right place? It's not even in the right place. That one was. Yeah, 22 belts is, you know, a start here I'm happy with. I mean, is it worth mining the edge? It's probably not worth mining the edge. It's probably worth just taking the first 30. And because that's enough to fill up a belt. Especially as I don't have mining productivity yet, and mining productivity will probably be one of the things I get later. And then there's going down here, like so. then I want to do the thing where I do this. And yeah, the other thing that I still want, that I still don't have, is the technology that lets me make bigger power poles. So now I've got to defend this thing, and I'm probably going to do this on the top of the iron because, yeah, it's going to be dodgy either way. To be honest, I kind of need to defend the front of this thing as well. I pretty much need to defend all of this. Let's also give it a radar. Okay, so getting damage 3 done is good. I don't really need refined flammables or stronger explosives because they're not really doing what I need them to. Maybe defend robots, although I also cut the military research, so I can't actually do that yet. Probably electronics, because it leads into the mining productivity, which I'm going to want soon, and the modules, of which I kind of want all of. And I was thinking also maybe modular armor. I don't know. It's definitely a thing I need. It's going to eat a lot of research, but whatever. I mean, the other option is fluid wagon, because I'm going to need that for moving oil around. Yeah, sure. The other radar, I give them all bullets. I think 25 is still a number that I'm nervous about but resigned to. And yet the flamethrowers are not particularly helpful yet, because I have not got any flamethrower. Like I haven't got the plumbing to get the flamethrowers ammunition over here. That will require a different train station. I'm gonna have to pull all of this out as soon as I come back to do the rail, but that's also kind of the plan anyway. 4K. Yeah, I was also kind of open to just manually sitting here and actually defending this thing kind of myself until I got damage 4 online, but I just have. So let's hope that that's... Let's put a couple more on the side, because, you know, because the thing is, at this point, oh, there's still a worm there, small worm. Yeah, not very many miners. 60k, 118k. This is very quickly going to turn into a vital asset that the base just cannot exist without. Yeah, it will be the principal and essentially only source of iron, and things could go very badly wrong if I don't have it. So which direction am I taking this thing back? I think I'm taking it... Yeah, you guys are getting good stuff done. So are you guys, and I need to go back and repair them, but actually that's completely fine. 4.1 is a number I will try to remember to see whether or not all the stuff keeps up, but I've also got like a bunch of those there. Sure. I should also go and visit them and see how they are. But this belt wants to go to the left, and then I guess through these trees, which is still going to be a bit of a pain, and then probably up here and over. But sure. Should be able to do this with a car, at least until I get into where the trees are. And that's going to be about there, and then up here, and then I'm going to need to do some amount of this on foot because things like that are going to happen. Although what I should do first is figure out how to connect the power, because it's still going to be a while for all of the stuff to move down that belt. And where am I connecting the power, and how, and which taking damage? Yeah, those are fine. Those are the things that are supposed to take damage. I mean, given that this is here, I think I'm using this. And then attempting to follow the same path. Okay, fine. Yeah, getting the rail in here as well is going to be interesting, and seeing exactly how much pollution I make. So yeah, so now I am. I mean, I was already polluting that, but I'm now polluting here more, and mining. In theory, a belt of iron. That's the wrong key. That's the wrong. Yeah, that looks like it could be a whole belt. Let's believe that. That sounds plausible. And yeah, need to turn this into steel. Need to plug this into the rest of the infrastructure. Need that part of the base to fairly crucially not die. And yeah, I think the duration of this episode is such that the rest of this uninteresting plumbing stuff I might cut out, and we might pick up again when I am at the base, having connected the source of iron, and hopefully the outpost still exists and has not been chewed on. But yeah, we have iron on the belt. I can't see because I didn't give it radar coverage. Yeah, it's coming back to the base. That'll be fine. Is the pollution cloud any worse yet? A little bit. That'll sure, it'll be good things. Anyway, yeah, let's come back when I've connected this stuff back up.